Hi, everybody. I've been doing a lot of thought today um, with all the videos I've been doing and all the themes and all. You know, I kept getting brought back to that same old thing we always heard from people. But they're your family. You only have one family, but they're your parents. They raised you. They this, they that. And I keep going back to a conversation I had. Geez, must be 16 years ago, 15 years ago. No, 17, maybe 17 years ago, with my ex-father-in-law, who had his mother, who was a piece of work, man. A piece of work. And at the time, she was, because she hated me. It was after me and my ex-wife had gotten engaged. And at the insistence of my ex-wife's father and mother, and even my parents to a certain extent, and this wasn't a bad thing, they insisted we live together before we actually got married, just so we didn't walk in. And that was a good thing. I mean, not everything they do is terrible, narcissist, but that was a good thing because you don't just want to go into it cold. But his mother had such a problem with it that she ignored me for 3 years. It was funny. I'd be in the and every people would yell at her, and then she'd start getting abusive with with my wife, with my ex-wife, with my ex-mother-in-law, who she hated as well. Hated my ex-mother-in-law, and then the son, then my father, my ex-father-in-law. The only one she didn't pick on was my ex-wife's brother. She loved him. She hated everybody else. And he couldn't stop her, and it was like well known in the family. They talked about it openly, about what a horrible woman she was and how he just made his life miserable. He was an only child. And after he dropped her off, he brought her back to he comes back to their house, because this was this had to be at Christmas Eve. And he comes back, and he always would shake, like you could tell when he was in, like when he was torqued up, and she obviously torqued him up in the car real good because he was just like this. And I just walked out back to smoke a cigarette. And, we had a fine relationship at that point, even though he kind of ignored me when we had broken up, when we were dating. But once we got engaged, everything was great again. But he comes out back. And this is why I don't ever really have hard feelings, because I know in his heart of hearts he was a decent guy. He comes out back and he's like, I'm really, really sorry that I'm like, and I said to him, I'm like, Jay, why do you deal with her? Why? And I'm like, it's the same thing with my parents trying to cut Virginia out. Why do you deal with her? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I was just raised, you only have one mother, and that's it. And, she gave me life. And I didn't really know how to respond to that at the time. I didn't. But it really dawned on me what I've been saying about all this with that whole argument. It comes down to they gave you life. So what does that actually mean? What are people saying when they're saying that in reality? What they are saying is actually just breathing air, having life, walking around is more important than living a life. A life that those narcissists destroyed and took from you. Think about that. Think about what that means. Well, if that's the standard, they got you to the point where you can breathe and walk. like a robot, like a trained zombie, unable to think, because that's all everything's based around. It doesn't matter after that, you're breathing. It doesn't matter that you can't live your life because of these people. Just the fact that you're breathing because of them gives them carte blanche to do whatever they want in your life. I don't think so. Obviously not, when I say it like that. Because that's what that means when people say that to you. And that's what they're telling you about themselves. The only thing they care about is being alive, not living a life. See, the answer to that is, what good is being alive and living a life if my life is misery? If my life was stolen from me and just been abused from it. So then abuse shouldn't even exist at that point. If all that matters is that you're breathing, as long as they don't kill you, everything else is acceptable. That's what that statement means. But they gave you life. So then there should be no such thing as abuse then. Because then just having the life is all that matters. I don't think so. And that's why those statements are so dangerous. Because it invalidates all the abuse afterwards that they do, because they're your parents or they're your family. They gave you life, you're breathing. Well, what about the quality of the life they destroyed? What about the inability to live your own life because of the things they have done, continue to do, and are planning to do in the future? By your argument, none of that matters because you're breathing. Anybody who says that to you, you explain it to them like that. And if they still don't get it, cut them out of your life. Because they just want to be trained. They just want to go through life as a trained zombie. Afraid of death, just wanting to breathe. And that's just no way to live. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please leave your comments or opinions in the comments section below. And remember, if you have a story or a video you'd like made, or you'd just like to contribute to the channel, you know what to do with the PayPal link in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.